All right, Malika, welcome to Minneapolis, home of the late, great artist Prince, who, if he were with us today, would implore Timberwolves fans to party like it's 1999. Now, let's get crazy. Let's get nuts. Why, you ask? Because of the success of the team so far. Welcome, everyone, to NBA Courtside, presented by DoorDash. Success, part of the backdrop for this game tonight for Minnesota against the visiting San Antonio Spurs. Look at that, folks. The Minnesota Timberwolves have been in first place for 16 days in the Western Conference. That's the most in over 20 years. And they plan on staying in first place, if you ask them, for a little bit longer as well.
But he's coming. He's learning every night.
It's been a very steep learning curve for the rookie from France. We actually have a couple of Frenchmen going head-to-head. They both played for the national team. Gobert met Wembanyama as a 13-year-old and has mentored him. It's teacher against pupil when we come back.
NBA Courtside on ESPN is presented by DoorDash, the official partner of the
I've known Victor since he was 13, so I kind of watched him grow.
His approach, his dedication, the work that he puts in the last 3 months since the draft is paying off.
Hey, we some different breeds and I stand on it. Yeah, add it up, shooting threes and I slam on them. Please do not reach, I got wingspan on it.
Wembanyama, the 8-foot reach.
He's a competitor. He wants to win, and for me, I try to give him as much knowledge as I can.
It feels special, over the years, trying to take care of me, and it's even more special.
Watching block shots, kind of look like me a little bit.
Victor rejects that one against his fellow Frenchman.
Yeah, baby, I been problem. I'm a problem, that's for sure. If I ain't on the court, then I ain't going back and forth.
Inside, Gobert! The hammer! Oh, Mama Wembanyama! He's a threat to dunk it every single time he's in the paint.
He's unique, and he knows that he can be in the league of his own.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm from Minneapolis, where the Timberwolves are off to a historically great start in terms of their franchise beginning. 15-4, tops in the Western Conference. And Karl-Anthony Towns doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Victor Wembanyama at 29 last time out against San Antonio. Let's take a look at these starting lineups. First of all, for San Antonio, head coach Greg Popovich has shuffled the deck a little bit. Devin Vassell back in the starting lineup. Cedi Osman getting the start in place of Jeremy Sohan. Wembanyama, Collins, and Keldon Johnson, last year's leading scorer, rounding out the starting five. Meanwhile, for the hometown crew, Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards in the starting backcourt. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert at the 5 for Minnesota. The Timberwolves coming off a win on Saturday against Alexander Walker. His first personal foul. Ant-Man is back.
You just love his quickness. He's so tough. He's so tough from the shoulders once he gets down inside.
And that's going to be the end of the first 12 minutes of play here at Target Center in Minneapolis. Victor Wembanyama with 2 points and 3 rebounds. Meanwhile, his mentor, Rudy Gobert, having his way in that first half, with the Timberwolves leading by 3 when we come back.
So once he elevates, he'll find you just cut without the ball. The ball is there at UCLA and in the pros. Makes the game easy.
This is not in slow-mo. Well, yeah, they call them slow-mo for a reason. Game. And when you have shooters like Dougie McBuckets, you can get it to fall. Don't forget, coming up next, the reigning NBA champs, the Nuggets and Joker, taking on the Clippers, the second half of our doubleheader. In the NBA app, stay up on all the action with real-time highlights, scores, stats, and behind-the-scenes stories. Download the NBA app powered by Microsoft. Busy night in the association. Keep up with all the scores, news, and highlights. Thank you. All right, thanks a lot, George. Vassell, one of the leaders offensively. He's got 12 in the ball game. Collins with 10. Out of Florida State, just don't ask him about the college football playoff right now, okay? Halftime coming up.
The NBA on ESPN, presented all season long by State Farm, is brought to you by Disney.
Welcome back, everyone, to NBA Wednesday, presented by State Farm. And this game definitely not going to the dogs because the Spurs are up by 7 points and a little bit of a surprise, trying to snap that 14-game.
That was a beautiful look, a sealed-off offensive move, and then the pass was right on the money. Just watch it now. Look to your left. See how he sealed them off? He just put that forearm out and stopped them cold. Get the lane. Get a lane. He can get to a lane and create it.
Greg Popovich dapping up his young team on the way back to the huddle. They lead by 2 when we come back. Great transition here by Minnesota. On a 7-0 run. Kyle Anderson doing the honors. Vassell has scored the last 7 in a row recently to keep the Spurs in the game. Naz Reid going strong to the steal, as is Vassell. 12 minutes to play. The Spurs trying to snap their losing streak. With impregnable defense at the rim for Minnesota.
Yeah, that's the second one that he's got tonight. It's just a good rotation. He never committed. He waited for the shot. There he is. Excellent position.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long.
Bumpy night for Victor Wembanyama. 3 of 10 from the field, 8 points. You would expect that the vicissitudes of a rookie season would take its toll on him at some point, but he continues to try and work through some of those uneven and difficult moments.
Yeah, when he's moving without the ball.
By the possession for Gobert and the Timberwolves. He's a great insurance policy. Off the Edwards miss. That was the first one. And there's the second one. Back game against Denver. The Clippers return to action Friday right here on the ESPN. They travel to Utah to take on the Jazz for the second time this season. Coverage begins at 10 p.m. Eastern time. As the ça va bien. It's going good for Gobert. Not as much for Wembanyama tonight, but the Timberwolves on a roll. They win their 5th consecutive game, and they continue to reign atop the Western Conference. Another impressive double-double for Gobert. Vassell got out of the gate quickly for San Antonio, but it wasn't quite enough, as Brown and Kyle Anderson and the rest of the gang end up bringing home the win. That's all from Minnesota. For Hubie Brown and George Sedano, I'm Mark Jones. We'll send it back to the studio.